Good Tuesday morning. I hope you had a wonderful start of this beautiful day. We are in Genesis 37. My time moves on. We know this chapter very familiar. It's probably one of the first Bible stories most of us heard of from Sunday school. Joseph and his coat of many colors and his brothers hating on him. Why? Because, God implanted so much in him. And we know later on he's going to be a leader and savior of his people, or governor. But still, while he was the age of 17, his brothers hated him because he would share a lot. And you might be dealing with some haters this morning or today, or you're about to deal with some. One thing I would say is, sometimes we need to keep our dreams at a wrap. Just keep it to ourselves, or keep it between you and God. He knows what are the plans for you. Plans to prosper and not to harm you, to give you an expected end. So let them unfold in his time. Also, have to stay humble. Remember he said that one day you're gonna, bow down to me. And people don't want to hear that. Humility will exalt you, but when you are arrogant, that'll bring you down. Excuse me. And also, just in a multitude of words, there wanteth not sin. And Proverbs are full of those scriptures talking about when you talk too much, you open up your life and world to trouble. So I'm going to pass it to Timotheus. Go ahead.
Reuben was the big brother of Joseph.
They can't hear you.
Reuben was Joseph's big brother, and he stood up.
Excuse me.
He stood up for Joseph, and I know that he had a lot of other brothers who were trying to kill Joseph or whatever, but he was he didn't care, and he was still bold, and he didn't let the rest of them influence what he was gonna do.
That's good.
Yeah, he stood his ground.
You're going to be a Reuben today, wherever you are. We want to be Reubens. We might be the minority. We might be 1 out of 20, 1 out of 12, but let us stand up for those who are being bullied, or those who are the minority, those who are being shunned. Also, what stuck out at me is verse 25. Their brothers did dirty, right? Threw him in the pit, left him for dead or what have you. And, this is what happens a lot of times when people, they have no conscience. They'll do something crazy. And what did they do? Verse 25, and they sat down to eat bread afterwards. They went out to eat. They weren't even thinking about him. So don't take it personally, because we know that God will turn those situations for our good, for our uplifting, for his glory. So don't be offended if you walk into a restaurant and you know that they're talking about you, or if they don't invite you to dinner or breakfast or whatever. Let them eat their bread in their own corner. But guess what? Eventually there was a famine that happened, and God might raise you to protect and to help those in those famine situations, whether it's spiritually, physically, emotionally, or mentally. Okay, remember Reuben, and be the one to do God's will. Have a wonderful day in the Lord.